Namaste, everybody, and welcome back. This is Zalim Bani, and for this episode, I am planning to do it little differently. What you are seeing right now are the footages of Manipur, a state in northeast India, and this is Loktak Lake. I had visited this place about few years back, and recently, when I saw the map in which we are constructing, it suddenly reminded me of the Manipur villages. It is exactly, I would not say exactly, there are not as many waterfalls that we have in our map, but otherwise, the structure wise, the lakes, the grasslands, they are very similar to that. So, what I'm planning is, or what's in my mind is very close to what Manipur looks like. Now, there are a few issues because the assets in the game are not like the buildings or huts which we have in Manipur. So, we'll have to make do with it. So, I would call Fallpur more of an inspiration from the Loktak Lake, and all our districts, basically the nature reserve which I'll be naming, will be dependent on the Manipur state. You see, it's very beautiful. It has got water all around. There are islands, small grasslands. It's beautiful. Enjoy the Manipur for a moment and we'll get back to City Skylines after this short clip. And this is where we left Fallpur last time, at the population of about 3500. And as you can see, our national park has enough entertainment, but it needs more visitors. And we have stopped our growth of population. So, what we need to do is, I think, add in more residents. We already have skyrocketing demand for residential, which we are not able to fulfill for quite some time. So we'll add in the residential demand, zoning, and what I've realized right now is I had not upgraded the road. So I'll just do it so that it's back to where we want. Now it's all right, and we start adding back the residential zone. Okay, so closer to the avenue, we would like to have some commercial, so that if we put in residents over there, then they will have problems with the noise along the avenue. Commercial buildings will not have that issue. We'll add in few other side of the avenue also. Now to the lower side, it's already very little space, so we'll not do anything over there. And few more residential blocks would actually help. Yeah. So now that our town is increasing, I think we have few other problems which are cropping up. Now, first of all, we don't have high density build zoning available yet, so high rise ban policy is also not available. But I would like to add that as soon as we are able to, because I don't want buildings to grow up unnecessarily if you are not able to support them. So now, to add in more residential, I was thinking this would be a nice area. I would like to keep these assets or decorations what the map makers have made and try to increase the zonability of this area by converting the highway a little smoother, and a little space is available to us also. We'll do that soon, but right now we have satisfied the residential demand of our citizens. So now we'll look into the other facilities which we have to add. Now, as you can see, our garbage is little bit on the red side. We'll add in a few more recycling plants. I think this is a nice place just alongside our coal plant. And now with the healthcare, average health is not very good. 67% average health is not ideal. I think this big block which we left in the last grid, I think that is a very good place for the elder care and child care. I want to add in these buildings immediately. I don't mind it because they will be required in future, because that is what will help increase the employability of our citizens. They can leave their kids in the child care, so they'll be able to come and work. So that's how the mechanics in real life work. I hope I'm correct about it in the game also. And I think this is a nice place, centrally located with not very great connectivity, but some connectivity. Now, when we converted that road, we left the dedicated lanes were automatically converted back. So I'm just converting it back so that there are no traffic issues in future. Do that to this newly upgraded avenue also. Yeah, that will do for now. So now next thing is fire coverage. Our fire coverage is pretty bad. No, that is not acceptable fire coverage. We'll have to add in one more fire house, I think, a smaller one. That should help out this region to increase the coverage. That should do. And if we want to add in service areas, service buildings to this side, either we can go close to highway over there, but that will be when we develop this side of the grid. And for this side, I think this is a very neat area. I think we can give it some exclusivity also. So for that, what I was thinking is, we have a normal road. We'll first upgrade this road, so we don't have to bother about upgrading again. And just a little bit of extension of this road. You see, by having it here, we keep it close to the main road also, and it has that exclusivity which we want. That's fine. I think this should be okay. Now I think we'll add a firehouse. We'll add a modern firehouse just to this side of the town. We have the European style over there. We'll have a normal style over here. And for school, I was thinking not to have the normal elementary school, but the community school, which is also a very neat asset. Yeah, that's fine. And that leaves us some room for other service buildings also, and this looks pretty neat. Both these areas look absolutely fine. I like it. Yeah. I think all our schools in this town are going to be closer to Valley somehow. It's just happening. I've not planned it, but somehow it is happening again. And I don't mind it. I actually love it. Maybe that is also the reason. Yeah. So now that this area is populated, what we should look into now is getting more people moving. So what I was thinking is the bus routes. We can have bus routes going all over our districts, from one district to another, and a central location. So for that, I think I'll demarcate the districts first. And this will be one district. We'll populate it as it is. We'll get in the hill, and this area, which will be kind of a downtown area for us, that should do, and will increase the size of this district to include all the industrial buildings. So now our town is divided into 3 different districts. So we can have the policies for them separately whenever the time comes. And this remains as a transport, and above we'll keep it as tourism and leisure specialized districts. So now time to add the bus routes. What we need first is a bus depot, and we don't have money. कंगाल हो गए भाई हम. कोई ना. For now, what we can do is first reduce all our budgets, because we have enough of everything now. So we'll not go beyond 100% for our electricity and water. And then I think we'll check, yeah, water and electricity both is in green, so that's fine. And now it is kind of a waiting game. So we wait till the time we get some money to construct a depot. Now on other hand, I was thinking it's not a very bad idea to take a loan. So instead of waiting, what we can do is we take a medium loan. It has less weekly cost, and we put up our bus depot. I like these biofuel bus depot, and I don't want to add it very or inside, but this area I think is very accessible area. This has got the connection to the internal road, and it is very close to the outside connection. I think that will do fine. And we have got some fire. Oh, we We added firehouse over here recently. अभी तो लगाया था. चलो चलो. Everything is fine. Yeah, everything is fine. It's done. कुछ नहीं हुआ. यहाँ कुछ नहीं है, देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. हम अपना अपना काम करते हैं. Now about the not enough workers problem, we have an unemployment of 3%, and there are workers there in the city. I think we should not have this problem. The only problem I feel is if we can help people out to reach this area, I think that will reduce the problem of not enough workers. So for our first bus route, I was thinking we have a route going to the industrial area and collecting all the people in the Nilgiri district. We'll also have the route going through our schools, so it will help in moving the students also. We'll have fewer cars going around, and we'll have stops all along the district in circular fashion. Now that will be a very, no, that is too close to the intersection. I'll get it back. I think this is fine. And we'll complete the route, and a same way anti-clockwise, paralleling the road, paralleling the stops, so that people can move across much easier. So this should do, and this will be our first bus route, a bus line, and we have upgraded our national park to level 3. We have few more things to add on, so we'll do that soon, as soon as we finish this bus route. Yeah, this is a nice route going all around the district. This should help us out a little bit. Now to name this, I think, yeah, I will name it Nilgiri clockwise. Oh no, that is, it doesn't want that name. It is Nilgiri's 1 and Nilgiri's 2, I suppose. So those will be our first 2 bus routes done. And now what I was thinking was to get in few more people from this district over here. We'll add in a bus route which collects all the people from this district. Yeah, I think these 3 stops should be fine. And finally, a single stop in our industrial area. And straight away back, we'll parallel these 3 stops and complete the line. Now, I don't like the way it is taking a U-turn, but I think it's fine. It'll just help us out in putting few more stops, I think. Yeah, that should do. And we'll do the same thing over here. We'll put in a few stops. These are like collector stops, which collects people from this district. I think that should do. Yeah. Collect all along, and then again to our industrial area. Not paralleling that stop. A block ahead should do. And when they come back from work, they take up that stop, sit, and come back home. Yeah, I think these 2 more bus lines are fine. For now, I'll name this line as District 2 to Industry, and this one as District 1 to Industry. We'll name in these districts, and we'll change the name of the bus lines also once we have the names for our districts. I have thought of a few names. I'll let you know. We just change the color. So we have that green line and red line. And now a little bit of management of vehicles. Now we don't want 10 buses moving on that route. I think 3 should do. Yeah, 3 on that route. On the green route also, we don't want 9 buses running over there. I think 3 should be enough. And for the lines Nilgiri 1 and Nilgiri 2, they are also not very overly subscribed. We'll keep them at 3. Don't know. 3, yeah. That should also help. And we'll replicate the same for the second line. Done. I think those are more than enough buses. We don't require more than that. And now back to our national park. We had upgraded it to level 3 and we had unlocked these few little things, these lean-to shelters and these lookout towers. So firstly, for these lookout towers, I already had a place in mind on the ridge. I think anyone would like to have a lookout tower to have that view. So a lookout tower there, and another one, a smaller one or a different one rather, on this side. Yeah, we'll just change its orientation and that is good. Now, as far as these lean-to shelters go, these are like those cabins in the wood. We like to go and spend a night in woods, maybe go hunting wherever it's legal. In India it's not. So maybe sightseeing, camping, that way. And for this one, I was thinking this can also go tucked in to the trees and forests over there. And one there, and yeah, I'll switch off the prop entry anarchy. So it becomes a 2-room set if anyone wants to visit. Now to add in a few paths. This is our main path. And come back, join. So that will remain a little exclusive, and we can add few assets to that too, and we'll join these lookout towers with the path. I think this path we did not have the orientation correct. That's fine. Now this path you take all along the ridge to this lookout tower, curve it, go with the terrain, and we'll join it to our viewing deck. just connect this edge to a main path. I was thinking that's not a very neat connection, but I think it will do. For now, that should do. So we already have the entertainment enough to upgrade. We just need a few visitors. I think that should help us upgrade a few houses over here. We can increase our population, and the problem which we are facing in our industry, this problem of abandoned buildings and not enough workers, this should solve once we are able to upgrade our houses in the city. Now that we have added the park, if we see the reach of the park for now, I think see, it is covering all around, and I feel once we are upgraded it to level 5, it will reach the present residential zoning which we have. So we may not require to add any parks or plazas just to have the leisure availability to complete town. So that is good. And I think it's getting a little darker now, so let me make it a day. So now that we have added our bus routes, what we need to do next is we have our national park at 3-star level. We have added our bus routes, but we still have some problem. Now, as we have seen, we only have 3% unemployment. I think those 3% are those who don't want to work, even if they have got means or places to go. So the next best thing what we can do is to add in a few residential zones, because we already have a lot of demand for residential. Now to add in residential, either we add residential over here, or what I'm thinking of was to expand this district here. And before we expand, I just want to name these districts back, which I had said I would. So this is Paharganj. It's not the real one, but पहाड़ के बगल में है, so Paharganj. And what I plan to name this is, for now, it will be Chowpatty. Now this may not seem like Chowpatty, but you see, this complete district, this complete area will be in different forms of Chowpatty, I think, which is this beaches will name as Chowpatty Beach. We'll have Chowpatty Hotels, Chowpatty Tourists, and that sorts, east, west, north, south, so that it's better manageable. So similarly, in this fashion, what I plan to do is we'll remove this portion of the district. I'll not be very particular in this border here, over here, because what I'm going to do is the policies will merge. The policies of both these districts will merge. They'll be little bit different in terms of, I think, the industrial usage. So what I plan to name this now, I have named Sida district. No. So this is Nilgiri Industries. So there will be very little change in the policies, but that will just help to manage the districts in future. So you have named the districts and we want to add in a few residential. Now I was thinking whether to wait for this to level up, or we'll see. It will level up, I'm sure, but it will take its own time. I am not bothered much about it. So I'm just removing that road so that we can have a road which is a little smoother, and it will also give us, I think this should be fine. Oh no, I had prop entry in Archeon. I'll just have to use the move it mod. I don't know what this glitch is. It's fine now. So we have all the guidelines. I think this is that's not a neat connection. Let me clear it. And now I know it's a little bit irritating to look on this, me doing this thing where it's not doing, actually I'm not doing anything, I'm just trying to micromanage the road. I think that is pretty smooth connection now. Why is this glitch? I don't know. Something is glitching. I'll have to correct it. So now what this has allowed us, that we have all this area to expand. So we'll just, like always, we'll add in the grid first. And because of the way this map is, I am not very sure when we'll be able to construct proper grids which are there in cities, but I think in cities like you saw in Manipur, they are never geometrical shapes. The shapes are always, what my experience is, all these types of hill stations which I have seen, the shapes are always matching the profile of the ground or land which is available. So if land is like that, it will never be, because that's how the places where these cities are, they came to be because of historic reasons. I haven't seen a city which has been there or newly constructed on mountains just like that, because it's hard to construct. These are the cities which grew with time. There's a lot of history, they have their own culture, and it's with all the hill towns. It's not only with the towns which are there, which I have seen, at least because whatever I have seen, there are a lot of towns like this. And all of them in hills which are there, they have always some different kind of historical connection. They have their separate cultures. I think this should do it. And we have space space to add in housing, but before that I think we'll provide them with water. Now please don't mind the background sound. Those are just my kids playing around over here, and they play sometimes, so I think it's fine. I'll have to adjust with that. Now there will be a point where we'll have to expand to the right side because there is lot of space available here, and I think at that time we'll have to make do. No, I think we can have a separate grid going all along, but terrain here doesn't allow us to do that. So that is that. So we'll add in housing, which the demand is going off the roof now. This game is glitching pretty bad. I don't know what has happened, but let me try and sort I think out. Now I have sorted that out. I'll need to sort this out. I'll be back. I hope so. So we'll just see. Yeah, that seems much better. So what I'm going to do now is to add in complete low residential over here. We'll use the paint brush just to add in the residential. We'll add in few commercial also on the edges. And what I have not done here is, again, I have not connected this to our collector. So we have these only two connections to the collector. We'll do those connections now, and I think I want one connection over here, one connection over here, one connection over here, and then this can remain like this. And why is it turned into a bridge? Let me sort that out also. And this ground level. Yeah, that's fine. Get back to now. Okay. So now this is a fine grid. We can unpause. We'll have some movement going on now there, and we'll add in our commercial for this. Few shops, I think. And what is his problem? Low land value. Okay, low land value. Is there any pollution over here? No pollution. It's just land value. Oh, this complete region, because it has no access to any parks or anything. This is just not good land value. But I think if we add in a few services over to this region, I will be adding parks. I am not averse to adding parks, and I think this large playground should do the trick. No, it doesn't. I want the one which can be placed along with. I have an arc, so I'll do that. Yeah. So I can add a path at least to the top, if at all I feel like in future. I think that should do it. That's really nice, and it doesn't look safe at all. just to make it a little safer, what we will do is for now. This for now. That is fine. They'll stop complaining, they'll start upgrading, and this should help. How's our bus service going? Oh, that is bad. That is bad. What are they? Too few services. Okay. I don't know. They don't require medical, fire coverage. They have. It's not that they don't have any fire coverage. Police they have. They don't want this. They have transport. I think it's just the fire which they are complaining about. What I might do is I could remove this one and I would like to add a bigger one. Yeah, I think that should take care of the services issue. Yeah, and I think what will help a lot over here is for our bus routes, I think paths. They always do the trick. We'll add in paths so that people can move around from the bus routes which just placed. They need up-down connection. They have a connection left-right. They just need this connection. Those buildings are as such abandoned, so I'm not bothered much about destroying them. They didn't want to live here. Add in this. We'll add in the path just behind our fire station. Yeah, that gives a little more options to our people. Just destroy these two buildings because we added those paths with anarchy. They'll not construct back. And yeah, I think that should help us reach the next milestone. Milestone is only 70 people away. And as soon as we reach that milestone, I think we can call this and episode. This is a day again. It keeps happening with me. And here also, what I was thinking in this Chowpatty region, we haven't given a lot of services. So we have this medical facility over here. We have a fire station and a school. What this area could actually do well is a medical station, and this fits perfectly. fine over here. Yes, this will serve well. Now, because I had elder care and child care over here, I added medical so that this becomes a good medical complex, and other services can go shift there. Okay. I think those trees are coming out of the road. Just remove them here, and now it's just a waiting game. And yes, we upgraded two things together. We reached the big town. We have unlocked one more tile. We have now trade school campus area available for us, IT clusters, so that we can now add offices. We have leisure specialization available. We can do that in the open space which we already have. We have higher densities. We have university now unlocked for us. Metro. Oh yeah, that's really nice. We have unlocked lots of stuff. That's pretty neat. So that is there. And second thing we unlocked was, or rather upgraded was, our park has reached level 4. That's nice. That's really nice. So I would like to call this an episode. Last thing I would like to do is name the park. This will be Sangai Nature Reserve. Sangai is an animal which is seen only in Manipur. Manipur is famous for Sangai, and Sangai is famous for Manipur. So that's that. So all of you, take care at your homes, stay healthy, help out each other in these difficult times, and meet you in next episode. Please leave a like and subscribe the channel if you like my content. Thank you very much.